Look at all that green, guys. It's 1:20 p.m. right now on the East Coast, and we have the S&P 500 up a whopping 1.5%. The Nasdaq's up over 2.1%. We have the Russell up 1.9% as the Dow Jones is up 1.1%, and we have the VIX down 3.5%. So we got to break down the markets in this video. You guys know the drill, so sit back, relax, take a sip of your coffee, and let's just dive into the video. And by the way, if you guys find value, feel free to hit that like button. Feel free to subscribe. It really helps me out overall in the YouTube algorithm. So let's see what's going on. Again, we have a massive influx of green today. Let's put it that way, at least so far. And like I mentioned, and by the way, nothing's really going to change. I mean, unless we get a wild, out of the blue catalyst that sends the markets down here over the next 2.5 hours. That's not going to happen. We're going to end up having the first green week in about 3 weeks, I think, or we're about to break, excuse me, guys, a 3-week losing streak right now. And SPY is approaching a big resistance as I'm making this video. We blew through, let's go back to that 20-day. We blew through these moving averages a couple of days. Really, that was just yesterday. I mean, this has really just happened in the past day or two. We have that golden cross, and now we're approaching 407, which was that double top resistance, if I zoom in a bit here, from the 29th of August and the 30th of August. And it actually hit the 30th, or on the 30th, it hit 407 in the pre-market, and then it sold off drastically. SPY did on that day. It went from 407 down to 395 in a day. We're talking a 2.7% drop from pre-market to the low of the day on that day. So that's going to be a sticking point in the short term, for sure. Now, if we end up breaking it, probably not today, but at some point next week, which is possible, that's where we're going to get a legitimate reversal, like I was talking about in my prior video. So I'm still sticking to that. We're getting to that 407 mark. We might even test it today. We're at 406.50. We might test it at some point later today, and we will cover the end of the market in my video later tonight. So make sure you guys subscribe for that. And let's see how triple Q's looking. Let's pull this up. There we go, triple Q. Let me get some coffee, guys. Yeah, triple Q is well above the moving averages. Like we mentioned earlier, we have a golden cross. We're above the highs from the 31st of August, but not quite yet from the 30th. We're testing those right now at about 308, 310. So nothing's really changed from my previous video, so there's no need to really harp on it. But overall, triple Q, 310, if that breaks, 308, 310, that's where a big reversal could start coming. More momentum towards 320, maybe 325. And beyond. But we're not going to get ahead of ourselves. Let's wait until, we actually test 308, 310 to see what actually happens at that point. So let's see what's going on here with some stocks. I want to look at big tech to start off this portion of the video. Apple in particular, which is up 1.7% today. I got a question. I think it was yesterday, maybe a comment. I think it was a comment. They were like, stocks cover Apple. First of all, guys, even though we're looking pretty decent on triple Q, SPY the past day or two, whatever it is, we're getting to a point where, like I said, we could reverse. Apple's not anywhere near that. This chart still looks pretty bad, I'd argue. We have a head and shoulders, clear as day here on the 4-hour time frame. We have a death cross. We're still under both moving averages. This does not look good for the bulls at all. In fact, this looks like it could be a bull trap. This could be a spot where we're at a spot where now Apple's in the mid-high 150s. We might get selling pressure here, especially if we fail at the high from the 2nd of September, which is right around 160. So be careful. I feel like Apple could start coming down. It's not showing any signs of that yet, to be honest. On the intraday, it looks like it's just been ripping all day, but this is something I'm going to be watching for next week. Any sign of selling pressure in the mid-high 150s where it is right now. And let's see what Google's doing. I think last I checked, this chart was looking pretty decent. Yeah, this looks way better than Apple. I can tell you that for sure. Google right now, Alphabet is what it's known as. It is up over 2% on the day. And you guys can see clearly buying pressure came in at the bottom of this channel at 107. Now with today's big leg up, we're up over that 50 SMA. We're at $111, $112. This looks like it wants to go to at least 114.15 in the short term. That's right by the next moving average, which if it breaks that, guys, Google's going to start ripping, in my opinion, by the looks of the chart, at least as of now, towards the 120s, maybe even higher. So Google looks pretty decent, unlike Apple. Let's see what Amazon looks like chart-wise. Amazon looks good as well. Look at that. Amazon's up 2.5%. With today's move, it's breaking out of the 50, but not quite yet above the 180. It's actually testing that 180 SMA right now. If we do take out 135, which is where I'm going to set my alert. It's about $2 higher from where the stock is now. But if we do break $135 a share, we might be getting a move towards 145, maybe even higher than that. 145 was the high from the end of July, stemming all throughout August pretty much. So keep your eyes on Amazon. Amazon's chart, I'd argue, looks even better than Google's, with Apple's being in last place as of now out of big tech. What other big tech companies do we have? Microsoft. Gotta look up Microsoft, guys. This looks very similar to, you guessed it, Google's chart. Look at that. Pretty similar, right? Bottom of a channel. It's pretty oversold still. It's starting to reverse a little bit, slightly above the 50 SMA, but not fully breaking out quite yet. But if we do start cracking above, I'd say 267, 270 on Microsoft, that's going to be a spot where, hello, Bulls, the Bulls might be coming in. Let's just put it that way. Bulls might be coming in. What else do we have? Meta, META, let's pull that up. Meta looks probably the worst. That and Apple are in last place here. I'd say the best looking chart, I'd give it to Amazon, followed by Google, Microsoft, tied at second. Then we have Meta and Apple. These charts do not look good. And am I forgetting one? I don't know. Tesla, you don't count Tesla, do you? I don't know. But we'll look at Tesla too. Meta looks like it's holding above 160. I guess that's good. 155, 160, but it could be a bull trap. All this could really be. Really it is. All it is a relief rally. I feel like sellers could come in here high 160s, low 170s, mid 170s. I think they're going to come in and push this thing lower, in my humble opinion, guys. So what do you think about big tech? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And if you haven't gotten your 13 stocks for Moomoo yet, what are you doing? Use my link down below or go to stocksurfest.com/Moomoo. That's /MOOMOO. Deposit at least $100 and boom, you get 13 stocks up to $2,000 each. Use that link down below. Helps out the channel. I appreciate you guys as always. And now let's look at some other stocks. Let's run through a couple of other big movers that I'm noticing today. Number one is AMC. Look at that, guys. AMC's up over 12% as I'm making this video, and we're noticing it's starting to, I'm not saying this is the bottom, but it's starting to reverse. We have a bit of a bullish divergence as well, in my opinion, by the looks of it. So if we start cracking above $10, we have a big gap coming to about $14, $15 a share by the looks of it here, in my opinion, which, that's a pretty big move. That's 50% higher. I'm not saying that's going to happen for sure in the next couple of weeks, next couple of days, but just looking at that moving average, we're oversold like crazy. If we get some sort of run towards that 180 SMA on the 4-hour chart, we're talking $13, $14, $15 a share. That's a sizable move for AMC. GameStop's also moving up a little bit today, 10%, pretty decent move, but it's still under that 50 SMA. And until it breaks above $30 again, guys, I'm going to be very cautious. But if it starts breaking 30, especially 35, I think it's going to be tuning up for a pretty big move from that point in time. Hence why I have my alert at $30 and another one at $34 a share. What else do we have here today? Coinbase is up over 80. There we go, guys. Let's pull that up. And excuse me, guys, my throat has been freaking horrible the past 2 days. What we can see here is Coinbase is finally, and did we not call this out a couple of days ago? Literally yesterday, the day before, Coinbase is breaking out of the moving averages, the wedge, and today was really the big breakout day. We got a gap up above the 180 SMA. That was at $75. Now we're at $80, up 9.5%. I feel like, even though I don't like this as a long-term investment, as a trade, it is for sure worth looking at. I feel like we could be going towards 90, 95, maybe even 100 if it gets really, really hot. So that, those are some thoughts on some stocks, guys. Those are a couple that I'm looking at. I'm going to wrap it up here because clearly my throat I got to get some water, guys. This is bad. My voice is really raspy right now. So if you found value in the video, hit that like button, subscribe. Don't forget to get your 13 stocks from Moomoo, 12 stocks from Webull, and to check out my Patreon if you want to join that. All of those are linked down below. And with that being said, cheers, guys. I will catch you in the next video. Peace out.